Welcome back, everybody, to episode 162 of the Lookout Podcast. I'm, of course, Meelz. I am here with LJ himself. We are here as we are
Yes.
getting closer. First of all, want to give you early happy birthday, my friend.
Aw, thank you.
Of course, you thought I forgot?
No.
Did you think?
No,
Dang.
because you're one of those people where I'm like, this nigga remembers everything.
I remember the date of what it's around. I know it's the 5th. But I was just like, okay, once it hit December, I was like, all right, Jamal's birthday is coming up really, really soon. Really soon.
Yeah, beginning of December. I was a terror on Santa in my parents' pockets.
You're Sagittarius?
Yes, big Sag.
What does that mean? Like, what is that?
I don't know I don't know what that entails, but it usually people really, really love me or people really, really hate me. And I'm cool with the polarizing
Let's look at the traits. Do you know your moon and your? No, I don't know. Your rising.
I know all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, really? I have no idea what mine is.
Yeah, I do know all that stuff.
All right, so let's do this right now. Sagittarius. Let's find a website. Whatever. Do I want to pick Cosmo? Is Cosmo good?
I don't know.
Cosmopolitan? Is it too? We'll see. Okay. Let's see. I picked a site called zodiacsign.com. That is, I'm going to skip the sex one. Sagittarius men in relationships. Oh God.
This is going downhill really fast. Snowball effect happening soon.
The first sentence says he is simply not stable.
Yep, yeah, that's me. I'm not. That's all you need to know about me.
It might be offensive to say that Sagittarius man is unreliable, but this is the closest to the truth when it comes to his relationships. He might be perfectly reliable on a daily basis, but who's to say how his feelings will develop tomorrow or in a couple of hours? Still, when he finds himself in a relationship with a partner who can follow his pace, there's a great chance he will be committed, faithful, and unusually stable. The most important thing he needs to find in his relationship is purpose and a sense of a meaningful future.
Sure, I'm gonna just go with that.
Okay, let's roll. There's and it says how to choose a gift for your Sagittarius man. There is nothing easier than buying a plane ticket for your Sagittarius man to any destination. He'll be satisfied with a bus ticket too, but if he gets the chance to fly, his gratitude will multiply greatly. He likes things big and colorful, even when you see him only in black, beige, and gray. You can always...
That's crazy. That is me too. Hey, listen, monochromatic poppy.
You listen, that's funny. He says he will value a useless president if it's absurd enough. So go with a traffic sign for his apartment or something similar that he thinks he'd never get.
Sure, I guess. I was with my mom yesterday and she was just like, you are literally the hardest person in the world to shop for. I was just like,
why did she say that? Did you ask why?
I never asked why, but she tells me. But I get that told to myself a lot. Like, people be like, I don't know what to get you. You were just not like. But also too, I'm not the type of person to be like walking around like, oh, I want that or that or that. Like, I don't be letting people.
Yeah, that's kind of me. That's kind of me as well. I don't know if I'm definitely a hard. My thing is, keep it a Buckington. People think that I am easy to shop for, which might be even worse than people saying or absolutely admitting that you are hard to shop for. People think that they can throw any wrestling or anime thing in my lap and I'm just gonna clap like a seal. No. In fact, that is... It depends what it is. It depends, like, for instance, earlier this year, I got a Funko Pop from Flash. An Asuka Funko Pop. Now, you have to know me to know that Asuka's my fave. So I appreciated that. One, because it came out of nowhere. I didn't expect it at all. And two, it's like, oh, he knows that I love Asuka. And I don't even think he watches on a regular basis. But he knows that I love Asuka. This isn't something he had to find out from someone else. He knows. So I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is great. I've had things where I've definitely been like, you don't know me at all. You're supposed to be my friend, but you don't know me at all, or family member or something along those lines. So yeah, listen, it's the gift season. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, for sure. I mean, as a person who has bought you gifts, you're definitely not an easy person to shop for.
I like things that felt like you thought about it when you got it.
See, and my thing is, I'm a very particular person.
Okay.
Like, I like things to fit a particular way. I like things to look a particular way. And so it's just like, so sometimes it's not even about the thought. It's just about like, you could be the most awful thing, but if I truly just don't like, I think I don't have a space or a place or this or that, and it doesn't fit into like, I don't know. But I'm always gracious when I get a gift. Like, you know.
I'm gracious, but then sometimes I don't enjoy it. I'll you know.
You sound like assholes. I can't even lie to you.
No, it's not.
We sound like some dickheads. But
it's not. Nah, to me, I'm just like very like. When I know you didn't think that much about it, I get like very like. I'm like you're trying.
No, that's real.
I'm like,
nah, that's real. That's how my
yeah.
family is, though. I think like that's one thing too. Like my family's like type of family. Like they figure out you like one thing, and it's just like they get you every little thing. Then
oh
like,
my god, and
it's just like whoa, relax. Like
yeah, like y'all don't like, have. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, like the anime thing. Like my family knows I like anime, but then they always just buy me like. It's not even like anime things. They just like look Japanese, and it's like, oh, you'll like this.
He loves anime. He does that podcast.
Yeah, but no,
like...
I don't know. I like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I love giving gifts though. I love buying people gifts. I have a very hard time like though receiving gifts.
I like giving gifts. It's sometimes it can be very anxiety inducing. Because I do put a lot of thought into it. If I buy it, I put a lot of thought into it. Unless I really don't know you, like it's a Secret Santa thing, and I'm just like, But if I know you to an extent, I'll get you something. But other than that, man, listen, it's a gift giving season. Everyone's strapped for cash. Just make it do what it do, and try to be grateful. Present humility and gratitude.
Yeah, for sure. Ain't got to, man. Like you know. Like end of the day, like the fact that you're thinking about me and you went out your way to go get me something, I'm always gonna be gracious and grateful for it. But
absolutely,
if it ends up in the back of the closet, like no hard feelings.
No hard feelings at all. I saw Beyonce this weekend.
The movie?
The movie. Not real life Beyonce. No.
How was that?
It was probably, there's sometimes where you need like a kick in the ass to kind of like get the creative and the inspiring, the motivational juices flowing. That was absolutely a kick in the fucking ass. Like that film, as like my friend, I wasn't originally going to see it. But then I actually did want to go to the Renaissance concert, but I couldn't afford it. But so that was another thing of why I saw it. But then one of my friends was like, listen, as a creative, like it is like a gift. You know what I'm saying? Because you really go in there and you see her process and how meticulous it is and how things it is and how kind of like, but I went in there and first of all, it's long as fuck. I'm just letting people know off rip. If you get to
isn't it like 2.5 hours? Even maybe longer?
It's closer to 3 hours for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But it's an amazing show. And I think what I got out of it was I came back very reflective of all the things that we're doing and the things that I'm doing and stuff like that, in terms of just like how I guess she created this entire, first of all, the stage is meticulous and she's has a very clear vision, and that's something that I'm trying to continue to hone in terms of like having a very clear vision of when I do things, being able to see things and manifest it in a great way. Like, you know, again, when you try to do what I try to do with A Show and what we try to do with the Lookout and stuff, like have the vision and being able to say like, how do we execute this? Now Beyonce has way more resources and way more people involved, but still just like being able to do to work your brain out to be like, okay, here's the vision, here's kind of what I see. And then also like the community that you speak towards, we speak to, I mean, the black community in anime, it's at this point is becoming a one of one. It's not really. I mean, there's black people who don't like anime and who still think it's like weird shit. But I think it's becoming undeniable now that anime is super popular, and then also one of the more important driving forces behind the anime culture explosion in the United States is black people. Um, so for us having this podcast for all the years that we've had it in various incarnations between this, Big Eyes, all this other stuff like that, makes you feel like, okay, we're serving a community. Like there are people who come to us who maybe have never watched, or maybe who have never heard, or maybe who don't indulge, who said, oh, I'm going to watch this for the first time. I'm going to think this for the first time because they made it sound cool. So it was very, very like filling in a way that's like I needed more from a creative standpoint. So I was very, very happy I saw it. Albeit it was 3 hours. What's a good like toe tapping ass movie too? Like,
it's funny because Kaya asked her uncle to go take her and her cousin to go see it. I feel it's kind of funny that she asked her uncle though because he's gay. So
listen,
she asked
you know it's a vibe. I'm be real.
But he went to the Beyonce concert and everything too with his husband. So I was like, I shall be understood.
So that's probably what he's referencing. That's probably what she's referencing from. Do you want her to ask you?
She could have. I would have told her no, but sure.
I think. Well, yeah.
Nah,
it's a good movie.
No, like I think that artists that reach her like pinnacle of like superstar status, and there's only a few really, but I think that creatively they all kind of have that mindset of like they're kind of just able to see things from a big picture, or just like big picture, this is what I want it all to look like. But then they're also able to like zone and hone in on like the finer details and to
right.
make that bigger picture thing. And I think like that is just a special talent that takes time. And then also like I feel that it's not even like I feel that it's a special talent either. It's just more so of a trust in your own vision so much that you're like, I know this is like, I know what I want this to look like, and I know that this is going to work, and I know that this is going to like, and being able to like once again draw all those finer details in to make this larger picture even higher and more like elevated than even than you can even imagine. I think that like artists like Beyonce and Drake, and I mean, the Michael Jackson documentary just came out, and like that's something that also too that people are just a lot talking about. It's just like his ability to just like you said, just see the like picture of like this is what this needs to look like, sound like, feel like, all these things, and then knowing like the perfect person or the perfect thing to like fit into the spot to make all this come together. And I like I said, I think like it really boils down to, first of all, her just trusting herself, her just trusting all the hard work she probably put into her career, and all that, just like you said, manifesting into creating something that feels so much larger than life. Like I think you even look back at the past couple Beyonce tours. I mean, this one, and then I forgot the one before. Was it the On the Run tour with her and Jay-Z was the one before this? Or didn't she have...
No, I think it was Lemonade.
Was it Lemonade?
Yeah, Lemonade had a tour for sure.
Okay, so it was essentially...
But actually, like, you know what? No, the last big show was the Coachella one. That one is the...
Yeah.
That one is pretty much like what... I mean, she was already solidified as a god, but like that show is just like a tour before.
But it's like you even look at, you look at that documentary too. Like once again, it's just the ability for her to just like once again trust her artistry so much and trust her vision so much, and just knowing like what the vision needs and who the people need and what it needs, and being able to draw that in together. Like it's a different this level of talent. It's a different space you got to go into. I feel that I feel that all creatives kind of have that ability to get there. It's just really all about like what are you willing to like sacrifice and put in to get there.
Absolutely, but I think it also, in this standpoint, it takes like there's a bit of it that also takes repetition, right? Like she doesn't get to this
Yes.
place without doing it like 1600 times. She doesn't understand lighting structures and rigs. Like you go in there and she understands that, like, lighting structures, rigs, where things need to point, how the sound needs to come up, where the videos need to show, what time it needs to show, what placing it needs to show, these dancers need to be at. Like she understands everything to that meticulous level. It's not like an artist having everything danced out for them. Like she is there with her laptop doing the work, right? So it's like it takes repetition and it takes exercising that like creative muscle. That's why it's like all these creative endeavors, especially stuff with like Lookout over the last like 6 years, just being able to do stuff and create stuff and all this other stuff, it hones in. You get closer to understanding the people that you're trying to serve, and you get closer to understanding the purpose that you're trying to give, and like how you want it to look and how you want to accentuate the things that you want to look, and so many different things. Like my thought process always goes from macro to micro, and it goes from understanding the big picture, because if you understand the big picture and what the table you want to set, then you can kind of figure out all the small details and how to make that big picture really, really good. So mine always goes from, especially even my learning process goes from macro to micro. I got to know why we're doing this before we actually do it. That's why I don't like doing anything for no reason, because I'm like, I got to know why we're doing this. But
yeah, and I think that, I mean, even as you know, once again, me and you have worked together for what, it's been 3-4 years now we done work together, and that, I think that's something even too that I've learned from you, is like being able to understand, first of all, the why behind why I'm doing anything and why am I creating something. Because, you know, for me, I'm such a like, man, I just, you know, sometimes I just like doing things just to see, like, you know, I like to throw things at the wall, see if it sticks, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, okay, cool, we'll see where it rolls from there. But like definitely working with you a lot more, you have definitely taught me a lot about like understanding, once again, the bigger picture, understanding why, understanding like, you know, the process that goes into it, and okay, like how do we present this to people to make them want to be excited for it and want it. So it's like working under you, I've definitely learned a lot in my own creative process of kind of just taking those like those deeper level questions that sometimes I don't even ask myself or even think about, just like, you know, and once you kind of get those answers for that, zoning in, like you said, like kind of working outside in and zoning in on the little details after that. But no, it's definitely something that I credit you for like helping me as a creative of learning and whatnot, just working with you and just this podcast and the Lookout in general. And to be honest, it's made my creative process feel more fun, because now I'm kind of just like, you know, I take the stuff that I'm doing a little like not more serious, but because I don't want to say like serious isn't really the word, but it's like I kind of just, I'm much more conscious and much more like thoughtful of. Okay.
You move with which is something I always boast for. Now you're moving with it being very intentional in the things that you're doing.
Yeah, intentional. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Like very intentional. I'm very aware of like why I'm doing something, instead of just like, once again, it's always fun for me to still kind of go and be like, you know what, like fuck it, let me try to, you know, do a little thing here and there. But anything that I'm actually putting my foot into, of just like, no, I actually truly want to release this and truly want to do this, you know, I start kind of digging deeper, just like, okay, like how is this gonna work, how is this gonna look, how is this gonna sound, like what is the whole process gonna look like from beginning to end, and giving myself more of a game plan, and it's like, you know, and then working through that game plan or working with those parameters, and like, so but yeah, not like Beyonce and like all these other, like, once again, they're so inspirational. I think they're so big, and I think they're so like, they're held in such a high regard because they're able to do that on such a major scale, and not just a one-time thing. It's like they're consistently, it's like consistent, like, oh my god, like she's hitting the mark every single time I hire you, like,
Yeah,
one bullseye is cute, but then when you hit fucking 4 or 5 in a row, you're like, okay, this person's actually probably pretty fucking good at this.
yeah. No, it's a. I. I mean, if you want to see it in theaters, go see it in theaters. I think it's probably best viewed in theaters. But I wouldn't be against if anyone wanted to watch it alone on a streaming service in their own house. But it's really, really good. Like it's a really like fascinating. Usually things are kind of like previously in the past. It kind of feels like just, and I think most people feel this way. It's just a reflection of Beyonce, but it just kind of it is that, but also like it's a reflective of the creative work and like every piece and bit of soul that went into this tour, which was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I remember when the first videos came out on TikTok, I was like, oh, she is going nuts. But it's it's an incredible movie. I recommend anyone go see it, whether it's in theaters or not in theaters, because I'm sure it'll be out of theaters very soon. Let's get into stuff we want to talk about this week, anime wise.
Yeah, why we're really here.
The first thing, let's be intentional with why we're here. The first thing we got to talk about.
The bald-headed fuck.
We gotta being very, very serious. Yes, we have to talk about this. So, on social media, this is a very interesting. I love when things on social media actually hit, as opposed to it not hitting like pretty much like 40% of the stuff. But this one posed a question on the Lookout Social. Said, could Krillin survive in your favorite anime? This is Krillin from Dragon Ball Z we're talking about. This is human Krillin, who is outside of Super, has died in every major Dragon Ball arc. Could he, so the question does lie, like, could he survive in your favorite anime? I personally don't think the answers were real enough for me. I don't think the answers were thought through enough. I don't think the answers were I don't think people, I mean, it depends what your favorite anime, right? Like if it's Naruto, he might live, to be honest with you. But even Kakashi died in Naruto, so who knows?
Yeah, like even Naruto, there are people that will smoke. Pain, that piece dying. He's dying. He goes against Pain.
He's dying. Like this, there's the idea was that Krillin is the strongest human on Earth. He cannot die in any other anime, and I'm like, he's died 3 times in his own anime.
3 times. And here's the thing: people keep talking about like, oh, like look at the people he, that killed him, like Frieza. I'm like, he died from tambourine, bro.
A knee to the head.
A knee to the head took him out.
He died from there. I think Android 17 kills him in GT.
Yeah. Super Android 17 kills him.
He dies in. He definitely died in. He dies in Z. Frieza kills him in Z, but then he also dies again at some point.
Boo eats him.
Yeah. Boo eats him. There you go. So he died. That's like 4 times. Like,
come on, we're putting trust in a guy that has died multiple times, and y'all think like he's not surviving Full Metal Alchemist. He's dying.
Nah. He's dying in. I don't want to say he's dying in everything. I like Krillin. I think he's very I think he's very, I don't know. He doesn't, all right, so he doesn't give me the attitude of like, if I want to live, I'm following Krillin. That's just not what's happening. Like, Krillin usually is, if something is really threatening enough, because of all the times that he's died, he has PTSD and he usually wants to stray away from it, which is not usually the attitude that you want to have when you go into these things. Also, he's just like, he's not the strongest. If I ask, will Goku survive in your favorite anime? He might. Maybe. He's kind of like knowledgeable in fighting. It's kind of like what he does.
Also, he has a power, like his power level is insane. Like literally, Goku is he's technically like a limitless well for power. He always finds a way to have some type of transformation, some type of level up, some type of something.
I said, all right, in my favorite anime. Well, he's dining in my anime if they really want him to. He doesn't really have to because, to be honest with you, like
He's dying in Odd Taxi. He getting drawn up by the mob.
that's funny as hell. I don't know if he dies in My Hero. Not a lot of people die in My Hero, so it is what it is. But I do think like
He will die though. Shigaraki will kill him.
if a high end Nomu got the best of him, I think the high end Nomu would attempt to kill him for sure. You would have to be really strong. Let's see the. I see a response that he probably would be nice in One Piece. I feel like he would live in One Piece. How many people die in One Piece?
Ace died. He got a hole punched in his chest. Does he die in One Piece? And once again, I'm not even thinking about like, oh, this anime doesn't kill a lot of people. So I'm just thinking of, and like, thinking from the manga. I'm thinking of if you put him in that world and he gets into the same fights that a lot of these people are getting into, will he die?
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because One Piece, they're not really. One Piece is like there's definitely threatening fights, but not enough people, in my opinion, die in One Piece for it to be like life threatening. Except Ace. People says turn a Gundam. Not sure how that would affect him. Gundam, he probably. I mean, I don't know.
That's robots though, but I mean.
Someone said Krillin would clear most anime. I don't know about most.
J and D are the two. Shout out to Subslide, Dubslide. J and T are the two fucking criminals here.
Krillin.
You told me saying that Yusuke would lose to Krillin is crazy.
Yusuke would lose to Krillin. Would Yusuke lose to Krillin? We were becoming that anime podcast. Just in this
we are. This is disgusting.
Would Yusuke lose to Krillin? Nah, I feel like Yusuke has the will to live more than Krillin does, to be honest with you.
He got his too. Like what? Like look at the people Yusuke, look at you the people that Yusuke has defeated in terms of the people that Krillin has defeated. Krillin has legit died from henchmen and got beaten by henchmen.
This is true, like all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like you think that Krillin could beat Toguro?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like we have to be honest. We have to be honest about what's really going on here.
Said he can beat up everybody in My Hero Academia. I don't believe that's true.
That's not true at all.
Like these powers mean things just because of power levels and strength and stuff like that. But like if strength mattered in My Hero Academia, mad people would. Honestly, I don't want to give any spoilers. But if strength mattered in that kind of way, it's a little bit more intuitive. It's more so how you use your strength as opposed to just like kind of like brute strength.
Yeah, because there are some people there that have little to no, like not little to no, but like their quirk, if you look at it from face value, doesn't seem strong.
But it's probably beneficial against someone like that. Like some quirks are always like certain quirks don't work well against other quirks and shit like that. Like if Krillin sees Dark Shadow, he's not beating Dark Shadow.
Okay, so he has solar flare.
He has solar flare. He has Destructo, the Kienzan's Destructo disc. He has the Kamehameha. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you keep it a buck, that's really it. And he has martial arts.
And martial arts, he got a little hands. He got some, he got some energy blast in the. He's a base power character.
Very much so.
This is like he's like, if you're playing a video game, he's like a level above where you start at.
Would he die during the Hunter exam? I see this. He says he definitely died during the Hunter exam.
Yeah, Hisoka's putting him in the dirt. Killua's putting him in the dirt. What are we talking about?
I don't know his See, the thing is like
Krillin, he runs into Hisoka. Hisoka fucking him up.
He's very few times shown like very, very few. I'm not saying it's non-existent, so don't kill me, Jay. But it's very few times shown good judgment in the way of like I can lead and also find a way to live. You know what I'm saying? Um, Nigga said Krillin is soloing everybody in Attack on Titan. I disagree so much. Um, it would be cool, but he would probably eventually get killed by Titans. Unless he like cuts the nape. Let's see. Cursed spirits return him into dust. I'm assuming that's JJK.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he's not. He's what?
uh,
Characters in JJK. Does he beat Maki? Let's get started.
nah, I don't think so either.
What? Like, what are we talking about with Krillin here, man? Like, once again, I think it's just one of those things that people like going left so much that they're not even thinking right.
I think Sid said Krillin at this point is SSJ2 level, and that's enough to destroy a planet. Yes, Krillin is surviving in all of our favorite anime. Because he has I would assume.
Wait, they said that he's SSJ2 level?
I mean, at the end of, I don't know what it is at this point. I guess at this, there's nothing to back that up for me, but maybe he is. But I feel like if he has the strength to destroy a planet, that don't mean he's not gonna die at all. It just means he's strong enough to destroy a planet. Like
But
one
my
doesn't
thing
equal
is,
the
once
other.
again, what proof do we have that he's that strong?
We have proof that he's not as strong, for sure.
I'm saying the argument against him is way stronger than the argument for him. Please, like, for real, like, name me notable characters that Krillin has defeated. Clear out, no help, 1-on-1. Clear out. Krillin has defeated this level of character. He's not defeated any main big bad in Dragon Ball Z, so we could take all of them out.
I'm literally looking up who has Krillin beat. Okay. No, not his best fights. Okay. Game facts. Okay, never mind. That's from like 2012. Is it me or Krillin get always destroyed? Okay, Dragon Ball Krillin's top 5 victories. I hope these aren't like moral victories. He beat up when Goku was Ginyu. He helped beat up Goku. He put a sword in Vegeta's face, but he didn't really kill him. He beat Chaozu. He definitely beat Chaozu, but to be honest with you, Chaozu's not a.
Like, come on, really? We don't say Chaozu.
Yeah.
Was that the last time Chaozu was even relevant in this entire series?
I think he beats up the bunny guy in the Tournament of Power. He beats up Adult Gohan in the thing, but I feel like Adult Gohan is gonna watch him. Like he's he beat up Pintar. This giant that's not he's an NPC. Yeah, nah, he doesn't really beat it.
It's like, what are we talking about here? Like, you're looking at me and telling me that Krillin, who
people
once
got real
again,
bodies on their hand, like
real bodies, you know what I'm saying? Like, not like, oh yeah, this, they beat a couple guys here and there. No, like real main big bads, and they have defeated them, and you're telling me and looking me in the face and saying Krillin, who literally has more notable deaths than actual wins in this entire series, is surviving? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
I need everyone to take a real hard look at themselves.
We gotta really look. We gotta be real. Like, listen, and this is no slight against Krillin. I feel like Krillin low key is like a really good side character. I think he does a lot for Dragon Ball that he doesn't probably get enough credit for, especially in terms of like his relationship with Goku. But come on now, like, listen, he's a side character for a reason.
Absolutely.
Like, at this point, like, shoot, once Vegeta got into the picture and Vegeta and Goku became buddy. But
here's the thing. I feel like they're saying, when you say that Krillin would wash most people in anime, you're saying the Dragon Ball Z people are just going to wash most people in anime. Which, in a sense, if I pose the question, does Vegeta survive in your anime? Vegeta absolutely survives. Vegeta has survival skills. Vegeta has beaten people. He has that thing under his arms. If I put, I feel like even if I put if Yamcha will survive, I feel like most people would cap and say he would. Yamcha's not surviving. Yamcha does
That's
not
what
have
I yeah.
survival skills. Tien, maybe a little bit more. Maybe Tien blends into a lot more animes, to be honest with you, and that's how he survives because he doesn't really do anything. But yeah, I can't say. I don't know, man. I watched this episode of JJK this week. He's not surviving that.
Man, listen, he's not. He
He's
is
not
not
surviving
at
what
all.
Nobara went through.
He's not. Once again, Mojito is smoking fucking Krillin.
He's just touching him, and his whole
He's just touching him. It's done.
turns into an hour later, bro. Like, come on, man. Stop it.
What are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree. I think that's what it is. I think that people are so in love and are so tied to the Dragon Ball Z power scaling that
Yeah.
they feel that if Krillin loses in an anime, in another anime, that means
right.
all of Dragon Ball is gonna lose to. And it's like, no, that's not the question. It's not the question because obviously we know that guys like Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, like those guys are surviving. Those guys can survive some shit. Once again, they've been in big battles. They have, like you said, they have the survival skills. They have the resume to back it up. Piccolo has the resume to back it up. Vegeta has a resume to back it up. Goku has a resume to back it up. Krillin does not have the resume to back it up at all. None. You can't tell me a notable person in which that Krillin has died to or has beat. But we could name you notable people that he has been killed by, and how many times he's been killed.
Hey, it just is what it is. Okay, that was fun. But
That was. But I just need people to we got to get back down to reality for a little bit here, man.
people need to figure it out a little bit, just a little bit more. The most notable anime thing that happened this week in cross culture. Bleach was brought up during the Young Thug trial.
That's tight.
No, it wasn't at all.
That's tight. Hey man, shout anime is every. Hey, listen. Shout out to Ben, but now it's anime is everything, man.
No, I mean this wasn't. I feel like okay. So
it's kind of late sirens, but we're here.
We're here. So according to Yahoo News, it says the recent Bleach anime reference in Young Thug's trial has put the fans in a frenzy. The reference caught the internet off guard and now has become a steaming topic for fans to talk about. The internet never fails to shock its users on a daily basis, but a lawyer mentioning an anime TV series entering the United States legal system is certainly something that even the most dedicated otakus might not have expected. I'm trying to say, all right, so the defendant lawyer uses Bleach's anime Bount arc analogy in Young Thug trial. The attorney who represents Rodalius Ryan, Rodalius Ryan is crazy. Atlanta. Rodalius. I gotta see. Who's Rodalius Ryan is nuts. Okay, whatever. Attempted to draw parallels between Bleach's narrative structure and the trial proceedings. As such, she highlighted that Bleach, which spans over 16 seasons, features characters like the Bounce. These are spiritual beings who are experimentally created in the Soul Society. These characters take center stage in season 4 and 5, but then fade into obscurity later in the story due to their relevance. The defendant's lawyer suggested that she and her client are analogous to filler in the trial, just like the Bounce.
What is going on in the world? What is going on, bro? We are in a simulation, and now.
Unsurprising, this analogy kit was comic relief within and beyond the anime manga fans and sparked varied reactions online, but mostly the otakus mentioned how they felt secondhand embarrassment upon the unexpected cameo of an anime series. Some also comically complained about her referencing the Bounce, which is allegedly the worst arc in the series according to fans. However, some fans seriously remarked that she could have made her point in a better way using a better analogy. Mentioning an anime series, according to the critics, would not really help in the case. However, this is an unexpected intersection of the U.S. judiciary, like the anime universe, has stirred excitement and commotion alike. Listen, don't use fake stuff to reference real life things. People are
Yeah,
going to real
nah.
life jail, not fake. Not this isn't some Soul Society arc. This is a RICO charge. This is a real
Oh my
thing.
god, man.
Young Thug is currently on the stand. Young Thug and a bunch of other people are currently on the stand, fighting for their lives. Um, when I mean Thug, I mean totally honoring under total honor under
Truly humbled
truly
under God.
humbled under God, truly humbled under God. Of course. How could we forget? Um, don't use anime thing. Like you would have to. It's fake. It's just it's cool. I understand like the I would have even if I don't know if I would have ever used a filler arc in anime to say that you're not really pertinent to the case at all. Um, but clearly, I feel like she binged Bleach at some point over the last
She's
number of
like,
months.
oh man, she was writing that down. I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill him with this one.
God bless.
That's crazy.
Free Thug, I guess.
Free Thug, man. Free Jeff, man. You gonna walk? I feel he gonna beat this.
I hope so.
He
'Cause
beat this. He's an important figure in hip hop. He
he
beats
beat
this.
this. We can coming up with an anime about him at this point.
Hey, that's lit.
There's some rumors out there. Sakamoto Days, the anime is coming. Have you heard any note about this?
I know that there's rumblings, but to be honest, one, I know it's coming. I think we all know it's coming. I think
Sure.
it's too requested, and there's too much of an audience for it to not. So it's really not a matter of if; it's just more a matter of when. Um, what's the slate looking like for next
So
year?
I'll let you know really soon. So um, it says WSJ underscore manga account on Jump News that Sakamoto Days will receive voice actor Ryota Sakuzi as a special guest in its upcoming stage at Jump Festa 2024. So everyone is assuming, listen, a voice actor talking about a manga? Fuck out of here. It is coming. So the event that's scheduled to be held December 16th and 17th, um, everyone's like, you know what? It's coming. It is what it is. Like, we're here. Um, Sakamoto Days. I'm not sure if they'll have I mean, it may be maybe 2024. I would assume at this point it should be 2024. But if you are not familiar with Sakamoto Days is currently a manga series in Shonen Jump. It is revolves around a retired assassin who now works in a convenience store, but is very much so brought back into the world of assassinism, um, and must use his he's the greatest assassin ever thing. Like he kills you with like chopsticks, part of a stapler.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just
the
whatever is in his
the shit that
vicinity, he
you
could kill you with.
yeah the shit that you use to open up a soda can, like that, just a little part of it, he can kill you with that. Like he's it's incredible. It's notable because one, it's actually funny, and then two, the choreography is incredible. Like
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's just amazing. So um we'll be it'll be interesting to see. Show me
Sorry.
some, show me a 30-second clip or something. Um,
There. So right now we got mostly things confirmed for winter 2024 and spring 2024.
I would imagine, yes.
So we got Solo Leveling, Classroom of the Elite, Shaman Kings coming back, Mashal, Pokemon Horizons, Kaiju number 8's in the spring.
Pokemon Horizons coming on Netflix February something.
Yeah. Isn't it around your birthday too, right?
Yeah, but I don't really care.
So yeah. I mean, if things work out, I could see it coming into 2024.
We're gonna have to start some new anime, I guess, this next year. It's not a lot of our faves aren't returning, or there isn't big news of our faves returning. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting by 2024 we'd get Chainsaw Man season 2, or at least a movie. I was expecting. I think we're definitely One Punch Man season 3. Where the fuck has that been? Um,
that is One Punch Man season 3 is now reaching Dragon Ball Super levels of.
I'm assuming it'll come out, but I think it's under Mappa now. So God bless us all. Bleach as a as seems to be incredibly popular these days. Kaiju number 8, of course. You know,
That's gonna be really good. I think that's gonna do
that might steal
well.
the year.
I
That
think
might.
that's gonna get a good reception.
Um, do I think My Hero Academia season 7 will come out? I feel like we usually have the announcement by. Actually, no, it might come out still like fall. It could come out in fall. But the show's not over yet, so I'm interested to see where the fuck this actually goes, considering it's not over yet. But let's see. I don't know. 2024 in anime, we're gonna have to might have to dive in a couple of
Man,
new
listen,
and interesting.
my goat's coming back. Classroom with the Elite. You need to watch it. Just watch it,
I'll just watch it. Yeah, at this point, there's
please.
nothing to
Thank you.
lose. Yeah,
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
yeah.
You mean you're doing something,
Well,
but you're not doing anything.
I'm doing plenty actually.
You're doing a lot,
I
but
do a lot.
you're
Yeah.
not watching anything.
Um, I watch my league pass that I pay
Hero,
for.
you watch My Hero,
I
and you
watch my
watch
NBA
sports.
pass I pay a pretty penny for.
Yeah, listen,
Um,
we watch sports and anime. Come on, man. You're not watching no anime stuff right now. You just tied in.
what am I watching right now? I am watching. Oh, I started Scott Pilgrim.
That was so good.
I gotta finish it. I'm only on episode 3. I just got to the point where it's like, oh, this is the plot now. Um, but it's been cool thus far. And then yeah, that and um fucking Squid Games reality shows taking up all my time.
Is the Squid
Um,
Games reality show released weekly or they drop everything?
so it they dropped 5 episodes the week of Thanksgiving. They dropped 3 episodes last week, and this week is the finale. But the final 3 people are not. People do not. They're not fan favorites to say the least. Like maybe one is, but like everyone who you enjoy, loved, and would love to see win it has pretty much been eliminated. So um, it's a good show. I still think it's really, really good. I don't know if I'd watch it again because I feel like once is enough of an experience. I was like, oh, I get it. And some of the people there are incredible, but like, yeah, it's a good show. I would at least watch it once for sure. Like if we have nothing to do. Um, I love reality competition. Um, next bit of news: Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's talk about this recent episode. I think what we're gonna do is top of the year. I think we have an anime in mind that we want to cover next year that we were supposed to cover during the summer and we didn't. Um, but I would like to, at the top of the year, really hunker down on Jujutsu Kaisen and the Shibuya incident, which I assume is ending very soon. Um, actually, should end in the next 4 to 5 episodes, I believe, which does not make me happy. Because I have a feeling we're not going to get to the part that I want to get to, but who knows? Actually, let me take a look. What the fuck is what
What
is
part do you want to get to?
the
Do
post?
you want to get to? Do you want to get all the way to the end? Do you want to get to where the car is thrown?
I want to get to. Hold on. How many episodes we had? Oh fuck, we are at 20, and these seasons are usually like what 24, 25.
Yeah.
Um, it's 24. Oh my god, we're not getting. I wanted to get to the post um arc where special person shows up and
Yeah. So where the
we
car gets
get to
thrown.
yeah. I want to get to that, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get to that.
Because
Maybe.
what
I mean,
last week was what 23.
last week was no. Last week was This week is episode 19. So we have
Oh,
roughly 5 more episodes left.
yeah. I mean, we're probably not gonna get to where the car is thrown, but the reveal will probably be there.
The reveal is absolutely going to be there, but I need the post stuff, but I guess whatever. I guess we'll just pick up where we left off in the next season. Um, with that said, plus Mappa is probably like, yo, get these these niggas complaining too much. I want to talk about anime deaths for a little bit. We saw two big moments in the recent Jujutsu Kaisen episodes. One was the absolute death of Nanami. That boy ain't coming back.
He is not coming back. My son got turned into a spaghetti sauce.
He got turned into a fucking slim. He was turned into half of a Slim Jim, and then he got blown up. And then Nobara, who got the listen when 40% of the episode is your backstory, it's a wrap.
I think that the anime version of what of Nobara is, I'm just gonna put it in quotations mark because I don't know yet, but it's looking likely of her death.
The Nobara incident. Let's talk about
the Nobara incident, to say the least. I think that the anime's moment felt way more definitive than when we read it in the manga. I think in the manga it happened, we are like, oh shit. And also go back to listen to that Big Eyes episode. Shout out to AD because he's the one that brought it back. And I was like, damn, this is a really good episode. But no, so yeah, like it felt more like, damn, this really is the end. Like she really did die.
I don't know about that because
when we read it in the manga, we were all like, hey, listen, there's a chance, or maybe, I don't know.
You know why? Because you go in with the manga mindset of like the idea between like, I guess there's a difference between anime deaths and manga deaths, especially when you're reading weekly from the manga. I mean, it shouldn't really be a difference. Death is death. But realistically, you need to see the body to make sure that someone is dead in anime. If there's an explosion that goes off and it's implied that they died, it's not enough. Because they'll just come back in a future arc and start haunting niggas or like come back stronger or something along those lines. It's clearly not enough. That's going to become a very important point in future Jujutsu Kaisen seasons. That just attempted murder is not enough.
No, you need the body. You need the whole, like, you got to bring me back a finger. You got to bring me back a
when
something.
Sukuna kills someone, every cube is washed. You know what I'm saying? Every cube in her body is gone. But what do you think about like, I guess what's the most like resonant anime death that you've kind of experienced? Because I think it's hard for me. I like Nanami. I like Nobara. I can't say that these are too resonant right now because they weren't big parts of the stories leading into their deaths. I feel like their death just came and there was like, remember these great people? Well, they're dying now. That's how I legitimately feel. And I think it's a thing with Gege of like his deaths, which is going to become a recurring theme. His deaths happen without warning at all.
Yeah, it's there. It's just like it's always a heat of battle thing.
Like Yuji's death in the first season, like just without warning, like just gone.
Yeah, it was just like fuck it. Hey, this is what we're about to do, and y'all gotta live with it.
Dragon Ball Z, the first arc where Raditz kills Goku, there's a lot that's working towards that death. Whereas Goku is saying like, I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure that he does not survive, even if it is killing me. Like that, it's kind of like coming. There's a lot of things,
and I feel
that's
more so too of like speaking towards the character of like this is the type of person they are,
right?
But also too like when it comes to Dragon Ball, like especially when it comes to Goku, he never really dies.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't want to say. I mean, that's definitely an apt point. But I feel like with most deaths outside of JJK universe, you get an idea, like it intertwines thematically into the character's arc in a sense, where you can feel death looming. Like I'm trying to think of what's another death, what's another major resonant death that you feel like for instance, I'm
Jiraiya is definitely a big one.
absolutely like you felt it, like you felt the heaviness of it coming thematically throughout that entire arc. Like you like could he have
I
escaped?
mean, you could,
Probably.
and even too, like there was definitely hints of him dying too, like subtleties. But like even when they're like subtly hinting at it, they're really high emotional moments. So like you said, they build up that tension so well for him to just, and then when it happens, you're kind of just like, dang, like I knew you were kind of preparing me for this, but that still hurt. Like that still sucked.
Yeah, Gay is really like, nope,
There's
it's a
no
wrap.
build up. Yeah, it's just like heat of battle. Things are happening, and it's just
Oh,
like fuck
oh shit,
you,
he died.
bang. Yeah,
It's like
it's like
it's like you get
whoa.
your finger cut off with something. It's like, oh fuck, I fucking cut my finger. That's what it like feels to me in this instance. It's I don't know. It's I like what's kind of going on, and again, we'll talk about this in depth once the season ends, and we can kind of like we'll do like a multiple episode breakdown because this is Shibuya incident is long as fuck.
It's
Um,
long, and there's many moving parts. I think though that the anime's done a really good job of like making it a bit more digestible. I think when we were reading it, it was like one of those things where we were having conversations every week of like, yo, all
well, then
right, let's go
the
back to
anime
like let's go to square one to explain this again.
the anime is definitely filling things out, and that's why we're probably not going to get to the part that I want to get to because Nabaro's backstory in the manga it's not that long. Actually, the
Oh
death
no, not at
probably
all.
yeah. So this they took this way further and way longer, and they actually did it again with Nanami's death and like all these other things like that. Like they're extending these kind of like moments to add some emotional weight to it because they really do, in a sense, come out of nowhere. Um, so they're trying to add that weight to it, but
And it's something that I do enjoy. I like the fact that like it he's not taking time to prepare you for it because once again, I think one thing that he does really well is like he really captures the essence of like I feel like what it would be like to be in a battle like this. There's no time to think. There's really no time to prepare. You're legit you're going in there and you just have to legit rely on teamwork and instincts and like that's really it. All right,
I
cool. And then
see
here's the
like from a narrative standpoint, you sometimes you just come out confused. Like it depends who it's killing. If it's a very satisfying kill, it's like, oh my god, yes, I was waiting for that motherfucker to die. But sometimes they come out of nowhere and you feel more confused about what's happening. And this is me more like speaking about this and like things that happen afterwards, without trying to spoil it. But there are oftentimes I come out of the deaths that happened in this thing feeling more confused about like, why did this person have to die? Or I still don't think Nanami is great. Nanami is not a major character in the series. He's just awesome. Um, so he could have died. Nobara, not really sure if she's fully dead yet. We got to see the body, but um, she's someone again similar to, and some similar things like did we? I mean, you definitely want to put the threat out there. So it's like now fully Mojito at this instant is threatening because he's actually like decapitated two major
where
people
does Mojito land? Where does Mojito land all time henchman rankings? He got to be top 5 at this point.
all time,
All
all
time,
time henchman.
all time henchman. He
I
got
don't.
to be
It's
top
weird.
5.
It's weird. I don't think he's a henchman.
You don't think it's? I think. I mean, end of the day, he's taking orders from somebody. He don't may not listen, but
He
he's not like.
he's not like. I think him and um Ghetto, as I'll say it now, because I was really about to fuck that up. I think him and Ghetto are working in tandem, but I don't think he's a henchman. I think he's too chaotic to think. I think they both working as equals for this personal goal, and they're both using each other to get to their goal. They're using each other more than
I think
thing.
Ghetto's the. I think. I don't know. I think in the high. I wouldn't consider him
I
a
wouldn't.
henchman then.
I think Ghetto has so Ghetto's whole plan was to seal Gojo for the bigger plan. But Mahito wants to kill Yuji. So they have two very different things. That's why when they get to the point where they seal thing, he just runs off and do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's like, you got yours, I'm gonna go get mine now. I don't feel like he's a henchman necessarily. He's a villain, but he's not really a henchman kind of thing. But I see where you're coming from. Why you would think that?
Because personally,
But
I
I don't
think
think
that
so.
Ghetto's the top dog. In the day, I think Ghetto's the.
I think he's definitely the more formidable threat. Yes, but I don't think
that like
Mahito is his henchman.
I don't know what to consider him to put him in this pocket of just like once again I don't think he's the top dog. I don't think Mahito's the top dog. I don't think he's really calling any shots. I really don't. Like you said, I think he's just truly an agent of chaos of just being like, hey man, like I'm gonna go along with your plan, but as soon like you said, as soon as you get yours, I'm gonna go get mine. I don't know. He's like, but at the same time, like he's not pulling any strings. Like even his plan is just I want to kill Yuji. Like that's not really a plan.
Is this plan?
He's
a chaotic character. He's a chaotic
character. He is. But I think during this arc, he has definitely solidified himself of being an all-time. I guess secondary villain. Could we call him that?
I think he's secondary based on what happens in this thing. Spoilers, I guess, but like I think he's secondary based on that. But I don't think he's played more of the forefront building up to this point than Ghetto has for sure, in my opinion.
Nah, he's done putting in his work though. I've always banged with
killed Robot Guy. He fought Nanami. He's ruined Yuji's life and killed one of his fake best friends that he met for the first time ever. He sent. I mean, it just is what it is. Like Hanami, Jogo, and Fish Dude, they're henchmen. But I wouldn't say.
I think like I was saying, like I think he's just a step above them, but I think he's still a step below Ghetto. I don't think him and Ghetto are on the same level, personally.
Okay. Last bit of things that I want to talk about. The 10 best-selling manga of 2023. Do you want to hear
it? Yes, because I know that. Did one of yours make the top 5? Yours didn't make the top 5, did it?
No, I didn't make the top 5.
Yeah, I know Blue Lock's 1. One Piece is 2.
Oh, and all right. Let me get through it then.
Oh, let me guess.
All right. This will be just like the TikTok video game. Yeah, the TikTok thing. What are the top 10 best-selling manga 2023?
Are they all Shonen Jump stuff, Viz? Right? No. Are they
technically Blue Lock is not Shonen Jump?
Yeah. True. Yeah. So I know Blue Lock's 1, which is really crazy because I don't think. Yeah, I'll say my personal feelings for Blue Lock later. JJK's on there, right? Top 3.
Sure is. It is top 3.
3, right? Because One Piece
is 2.
Oh, JJK's 2.
One Piece is 3.
One Piece is 3. There's Akane Banashe is on there, right?
Akane Banashe, let me see. No,
it's not. Okay. Sakamoto Days?
No.
Damn. I'm just guessing all types of wrong. My Hero's on there. Isn't My Hero like right outside the top 5?
My Hero's number 8.
8, okay. Okay, you can give me the rest.
Number 10 is Kingdom.
Okay. Kingdom's been on like the top 10 list for like the past
8
years.
Serialized, they've been serialized for 17 years, so it is what it is. Number 9 is Tokyo Revengers. Even though it ended, it's still running strong. Number 8 is My Hero Academia. It is entering its final arc. Number 7 is Spy Family. Number
Nice.
6 is Slam Dunk.
What the fuck? Hey, shout out to the movie. That must be a big reason. But damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, the Slam Dunk movie explains the high sales, best sports manga, etc. Number 5, Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
Number 4, Oshinoko.
Don't know that one.
Don't know one. Hold on. It says it's not an anomaly for manga sales to receive a significant increase after an anime adaptation, but Oshinoko's success story was unprecedented. Written by the author of Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Oh, nice.
Oshinoko is a thriller anime that sees a reincarnated boy called Aqua Hoshino investigate the murder of his mother, the popular idol Ai. To do that, he must go deep in the entertainment industry, and he finds out just how brutal that world can be. It sounds good. I might.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to tap in. What
Yeah.
what the hell?
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
11 episodes?
All
I see
right.
it's anime right there.
We locked in.
That sounds good as hell. Whoa. What?
Yeah. Number 3 is One Piece. Number 2 is Jujutsu Kaisen, and number 1 is Blue Lock. So
God, Blue Lock getting that number 1 is crazy. I feel
it's not gonna
there's
be. I feel like it's not
there
gonna
is
be in the
another
top 10 next year.
there
I
is
hope not.
definitely another soccer manga running right now that's much better.
Listen.
I need that season 2 announcement for next year for Aoashi.
Hopefully, Sakamoto Days will be in the top 10 next year. And Kaiju number 8. You know.
They will, like you said, like usually really good adaptions are lead to more people wanting to read, and especially if where they leave off on the cliffhanger on the season,
Absolutely.
people are gonna be like, "No, I need more." I went
Um.
manga shopping yesterday. That was fun.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Turn that up. So here's what's going down. We have this episode. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Next episode, our best of list. 2023. Best and worst. Best and worst.
Best and worst.
Yes, we're
Can I
gonna
do
have
winners
all
and
8.
losers?
No,
Winners of
it's
the year,
best and
losers of the
worst.
year. It's the same thing.
This is.
Yeah, no, it's
I
okay.
don't
We
want
do
to.
best and worst.
I don't want to pit people as losers.
I do.
I just want to say best and worst, but you can say it however you want to. So we'll do that next week, and then that'll probably wrap up for the year, and we'll return at the top of the year with some Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, and then we'll go over another big anime that we've been meaning to. But thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, make sure you follow the Lookout at the Lookout RNC on Twitter. Make sure you follow myself at Meelz TV. Make sure on the 5th you go wish Jamal a happy birthday at Only at LJ on Twitter. And yeah, just have some fun, man. Have some fun reading anime. Drinking manga, whatever the hell AD says, eating anime, drinking manga,
Eating anime, drinking
take your
manga,
vitamins, whatever, and we'll see you.
calisthenics.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.